Hi everyone, I'm so excited to be able to talk to you. Some of you I have talked to quite a while ago, and some of you recently I've talked to. And I have not been that active because 3 years ago my mother fell and she became very frail. So I have to take care of her, so I wasn't able to do too much during that period of time. While taking care of her and trying to find ways to get her active and so that she could have a quality life, I've learned a lot. And I have actually learned that we cannot compete with the young people. We no longer can be as good looking as they do or run as fast as they do and have less wrinkle as they do. But by helping my mother to age well, I discovered that we can compete with them with one thing, is that we could have infinite and ageless energy. In fact, while I was teaching my mother doing Qigong, I noticed that the Qigong master get better when they're older. So the Qi could be developed as you age. So then I keep pursuing it. So now I am showing you the 3 steps to infinite and ageless energy. First step is the power of food. Second is to discover the healer within. Third is to feng shui your life wishes. Now most people only practice maybe 1 or maybe 2, but having the 3 together is very, very important. That's when you truly can get ageless energy. So this video I'm going to talk to you part 1 about the power of food. Some of you have been to my workshop. Remember my book? And the first key is about food. And the workshop I gave, I cook mostly vegetarian and vegetable and fruit, but some meat. Remember my 5-grain rice, my famous 5-grain rice? We must have gone through thousands of it. At that time, I wasn't quite aware of that I was introducing a diet that is very much similar to the Chinese rural diet. Now recently I come across a book called The China Study, and it's by Colin Campbell, and he has a previous book called China Project, and he's the author of the book, and it is a study, a very comprehensive study of 6,000 rural villages, and it's a Oxford, Cornell, and China project. So it's a very prestigious colleges that put that study together. So they follow these 6,000 villages over a long period of time to see what kind of diet they eat and take blood tests and check their health situation and compare to American diet. So the kind of diet they eat is 90% of their protein comes from plant-based, like the 5-grain rice. In fact, 5-grain rice has 9 grams of protein because of the mung bean I put in there. And then they eat 70% more in fiber. In fact, they eat 300 calories more and 30% more carbohydrate. And so you think that we eat more calorie and more carbohydrate, we should have more problem. But it turns out that the American diet causes male in the middle age 1,700% more likely to die of heart attack or heart diseases. And then rural Chinese women have the lowest breast cancer. And American woman is 5 times more likely to have heart diseases. And also American women have more bone loss, even though they have twice the amount of calcium in their diet. And Chinese hardly eat any dairy, and yet their bone loss is not as great. So when you look at all these studies, so it's no longer hearsay. It shows that the right kind of diet, the Chinese rural diet with 90% of their protein come from their plant-based grain and fruit and vegetables. And some meat, they eat about 2 or 3 times poultry and eggs. And then once a month they eat some pork and beef. So this kind of diet seems to be the best in terms of keeping your health. Now, some of the big cities like Beijing and Shanghai, they are starting to have the same kind of problem like American diet. So it shows that we have, the first thing is eat as much grain, vegetable, fruit, and some amount of meat. So with this kind of diet, you will have the kind of energy, and we'll start with your body tempo, your tempo, to have it clean so that you have energy. So remember, this is a series of ageless energy. So here's part one, and you don't need to take notes because there will be a PDF file on the China study that you can download in my blog. Also, I will be posting new recipes, and please watch my second video, which will coming up in your next email. Thank you.